something positive. Let me know what's going down. Who built that house?
Who
got promoted? Who got married? I don't want to hear nothing negative. I want to hear all great things. All great things. So y'all got here, y'all get decent time.
You said 11:30. We believe
you
we
was
on
on
time.
it. You was on it.
If I hadn't gotten lost, we'd been here a little bit early. I mean, because I was.
We was actually here like at 11:20. We rode around the parking like 9 times.
He said 38:14, but that building say 38:15.
You know what? For some reason, I don't know how I keep sending 38:14, but I'm gonna start doing 38:15.
Okay.
But it's gonna be a new address. Address here soon.
I got the phone now.
What it do?
So y'all gonna totally be out of this building.
Caleb Turner.
Y'all gonna totally be out of this building. Okay, I thought he was
I see you, boy.
No, totally out of this building. And
You gotta get your viewers back up. Mama accidentally turned the video off. I had to grab the phone from her.
Well, look.
Yeah, that's why I need you to look.
See, be glad
Caleb,
that you
baby,
got
what's
to
the deal? Well, you know what time it is. You know, we on our way to the top.
Clarissa Barnes.
Talk to me.
Alicia Henson.
Good. What's happening?
Alicia Henson.
Baby, just people behaving in there, baby. You know it's about to go down.
Veronica Kinsey. She said hi, Carlos.
Hey,
John Green said looking good, fam.
boy, what's the deal, cuz?
That's not right. Take it away.
Look.
Don't forget you had
Lisa. Yeah, my baby, that's my little sister.
Boy, we need to hurry up.
no, right?
Belisa Alejandra.
Who? Lisa?
Yeah.
That's my little cousin. What's that, my little cousin? I'll come back home, baby. I'm gonna take you to Golden Corral again. We're gonna get us some more shrimp, baby.
Get the toes out. The toes out, though.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all, everybody that sent the app to, man, y'all get on the app so their ratings can go up for them. Support them in that way, too.
JHM Radio.
Yeah, everybody, I got their numbers, too. I sent y'all the app.
Dante watching.
Yeah.
He watching on there.
He watching on here.
Dante watching you, Carlos.
What's happening, Tay, baby? Dang.
He told me he was getting ready to pull over. Sonia Val Escobar.
I don't know.
Clarissa Barnes.
What's happening, son? Yeah, I know.
Dante on here talking about that's my bro.
What's going on? What's going on?
One of the best truck drivers in the land.
Congratulations, brother.
Hey.
Full-time
Swinging Layla bang,
new
Big
job.
Bang.
Boy, you doing your thing, partner. It's your boy, Coach Rick, baby, the voice behind your passion. Hashtag
Don't touch no butt.
TBBYP on JHM Radio. Listen here, better known as Pitbull Behavior, baby. Don't lose your grip. It's going down up here at JHM Radio. First of all, I'm excited. I hope that you're excited. I hope that you're feeling blessed. I hope that you are walking in your blessing. I hope that you know no matter what the circumstances may be, you can overcome any obstacle and turn it into your greatest opportunity. Listen here, I'm very excited. I have someone with me here. I have Carlos Henson, a great motivational speaker. He has some very inspiring words and things he wants to say. I'm very excited about how things are about to go down, what's about to take place. I hope you are listening with your heart and your spirit, because this man is about to send something to you that will resonate, that will forever change your life. Brother Carlos, what's going on?
What's the deal, y'all?
What's the deal, y'all? You can see how cool he is.
Hey, man.
How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm doing all right. Blessed, man.
You do blessed?
Yeah. God put me in this opportunity, man, to be able to be on this radio station and, man, speak something to y'all, man. Bless y'all, inspire y'all, motivate y'all through my story. Nothing fake, all real.
Oh, nothing fake, all real. That's what I like about him, you know what I'm saying? I just met him. I've been talking to him over the phone, but I like his spirit. I like who he is. He's not afraid. He's not ashamed, but he's going to run the race. He said he's going to get the job done no matter what it may be. Listen, I don't want to devalue this moment. Remember, you can download the JHM Radio app. Listen here. The topic for today is called the reality of you. And I'm going to let him explain the reality of you because the topic didn't come from me. It came from Brother Carlos Henson. So, Carlos Henson, tell us about a little bit about yourself and explain the reality of you.
Okay.
That doesn't go away.
Yeah, look, it's a long story. I'm going to cut it down.
Mm-hmm.
The reality of me is when I was 14 years old, I started losing my vision. All the way up before then, I battled with vision problems, but when I was 14, I started losing it. I had a retinal detachment. From that retinal detachment, it started a whole gang of other problems. I had cataract surgery. Even now, I still deal with glaucoma, but my retina kept detaching. Between the years of 2001 and 2006, I had over 10 surgeries on my left eye alone. And on my right eye, I had over 10 surgeries too, but on both of them, I stopped counting. And so my left eye, I'm completely blind. My right eye, I have partial vision. I can only see like shapes and shadows. So I have to use my cane for the most part now. And I'm battling with being strong enough and fighting that mentally and getting over the appearance of it. Because I'm one that I don't like to. I'm not disabled.
That's right.
I'm blind, but I'm not disabled. I'm able to do anything I want to do. So therefore, that's why the reality of you is, if you strengthen your mind and your mental, man, there's nothing you can't do. The only thing that messes people up, and people put the perception in your head that you have to do it by a certain time, but there's no time on things that's for you. If your name is on something out here, it's yours. You gonna get it before it's all said and done, but you just have to put yourself in a position and accommodate yourself in a way to get it. And therefore, sometimes you got to get back. You got to sit back and you got to reevaluate your situation. And you might have to go a little slower than some others. You might have to go a little faster than others. But it's yours. It's not nobody else. So you don't compare yourself to somebody else's timing.
So somebody out there, and if you didn't hear him, as a matter of fact, explain to them that about what eye you can see out of what eye you can't.
My left eye, I can't see it. I can't see out of
at all.
At all. Mm-hmm. Nothing. In my right eye, I have, like you said, 20% of it. I don't know if that's exact, but I say 20% of vision because I can only see shapes and shadows. Only big things. I can't make out anything small, objects, anything like that. Unless you blow it up as big as a billboard.
So check this out. What amazes me is so many things that you're doing. What amazes me, this man is a motivational speaker. He likes to empower everyone that's around him. There's so many things in him that God has placed in him. And a lot of us have opportunities to do certain things, and we sit back and procrastinate on things that we can do. This man right here is 29 years old.
Yes, sir.
29 years old. Carlos is 29 years old. He's blind in one eye, 20% in the other eye, walks with a cane, and he still wakes up every single day and telling everything to try to come against him that you will not defeat me, I will defeat you, and I am who I say I am. He just said, if your name is on it, then it's yours. Speak about the reality of you when you said you were 14 when you went blind. I'm sitting there thinking like you had to go through some difficulties or some difficult times that on the way up you weren't even blind. And this is one thing to be born blind, but it's another thing to actually go blind. So what was that stage like for you as a young boy who could see and now you have trouble seeing?
Honestly, at first it wasn't. I didn't understand it at first. So it was like you're going blind, but and then I was just to be real with y'all, I was bad. I got suspended from school like at least once or twice every other month. I was suspended from school. I went to alternative school and everything. Like so, I guess you can say I acted out a lot. I wouldn't say because of it, but I would use that to get the attention off of people, knowing that I couldn't see. So whenever teachers would do certain things and all that, like I would always like, you want to crack a joke, but not necessarily crack a joke, but they would give me sheets of paper that was big as a newspaper. I'm like, you expecting me to work off this and everybody got regular size sheets of paper? So when they did that, so all right, you got a joke, I got a joke, and so I would act out basically.
You would act out. That was your way of keeping the attention off you.
That was my yeah. So. And as I just grew up, man, then I was always cool with everybody. So I never.
You that cool dude?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was always. Man, matter of fact, my nickname back then, and my people at home probably gonna laugh, but it used to be Gangsta Nerd.
Gangsta Nerd.
'Cause I was bad, but I had
What,
thick
you was a
glasses.
straight A gangster or something?
No, that's the thing. I just had thick glasses. I'm talking about thickest, man, Coke bottle, straight thick.
So I'm sitting here thinking there's so many questions. Like, for example, I was amazed at Carlos when I seen him walk in, because it's so many things. You can say, yeah, Coach Rick, he can do this, or he can do this. There's people who do that who is blind, but I'm sitting there thinking that this young man is blind in one eye, can barely see out of the other eye, not as much as everybody else can see, and he's still in the gym. I mean, look at him. He's fit. He's feeling good. He's motivated. I mean, how do you wake up every day with the faith to believe that you still should be going out here accomplishing your goals when some people that is in your position right now will quit? I mean, what do you live off of? What do you stand on? What motivates you?
God.
So you still trust in God, even though through this pain, there's things that you're going, you still trust in Him.
Man, God is realer than anybody in here. Anybody in this world, God is realer than everything.
So
God
for those who are listening and doubt God because of a situation, you would tell them what?
Man, if you don't know God, start a relationship with Him. I guarantee you, once you start that relationship with God, man, He's gonna show you so many different things. He gonna pass your wildest dreams. I'm going through it right now. He just now starting to show me what He been doing, how He done set me up from what we talking about from when I was 14 all the way up to now. He set me up for this long time ago, and I'm just now starting to understand it because I'm just now starting to build a relationship with God. And I always thought people would ask me the same question like Coach Rick asked me, how are you doing this, how are you doing this and that. I don't know, it's just me. The way my mind set up, the way I feel, I'm not going to, there's nothing, who's going to tell me I can't do something? Can't nobody tell me I can't do nothing. And where I'm from, everybody always laugh at me because even with me being blind and not being able to see, and I still would, if you had a problem with me, we can fight, we can do all that. None of that ever matters to me.
You seen it everything.
Hey, and my thing would always be, hey, you can do whatever, but you ain't gonna whoop me, because I know your head sit on top of your shoulder. That's all I need to know. so when it's all said and done, we can get to it. But I always thought that was me. But now I said all that to say that God let me know all the time that ain't been me doing that. It ain't been me knowing what I can stay here on top of it. God has protected me and led me and through all this I've been through. It ain't been the streets and people I know none of that.
It's people out here that are in financial struggles. There are people out there that are in physical struggles, emotional, anything you can think of. And not only have they doubted God, but they have given up on God. And the average person, I know most people who have the ability to do maybe certain things like you can, would have been and quit. I mean, is there a certain scripture that you live by? Is there a certain time that you remember that you was about to just curse God and quit?
People here who want to walk by faith want to know, and 20% of the other, why didn't you just quit?
Because like you said, like the scripture is not just words. I'm your visual word. Walking by faith and not by sight.
I'm your visual word.
So what did I mean? It said it in the Bible, but then you got me living it out.
Oh, so you walk out exactly what He said.
Walking by faith and not by sight.
So you're literally a living testimony.
Exactly.
So what is it that you love to do?
Man, right now, I'm bowling and I'm bowling.
You bowling and
Yeah, I'm bowling. Anybody can get it. You know?
So how do you bowl? I mean, I'm just amazed. So I want to know.
I got you. Ask anything.
How do you bowl? You're blind in one eye and 20% the other. How do you bowl?
Because I could see all the. I mean, I gradually lost my vision to now.
Mm-hmm.
So at some points in my life, I had vision to do these things. So now all I'm doing basically is it's a memory thing, just remembering the visualizing the lane in the middle, and because I still can see the gutters because of the color contrast. The gutters is darker than the wood itself. So I know if I stand in a certain spot in between those two gutters, then the way I throw my ball, it should do this. And so I still, even that, I guess if you want to say that, that's even by faith, because I don't know what it's going to do.
You don't know what
just
you're going to do.
assuming that if I stand right here and I do this, it should do this if everything works together.
So is that the same way as life?
Exactly.
That you got the gutter over here, you got life over here, you got
Yeah.
opportunity, you got circumstances right here, and if you stay in your lane, see, I'm just even sitting here listening to you and looking at you, I'm starting to see life totally different. You know what I'm saying? Because all the things that you're teaching me that you do is teaching me that I can even go deeper in my thinking and in my training and how I strategize my day. It's just simply some fact when you say you got that one gutter over here and the right gutter over here, and if you stay in your lane, you know for a fact that ball is still going to go down that aisle. And your goal is not to just hit one pin, knock them all down.
Mm-hmm.
My wife bragged on you. She said, "This is this great guy I know." And she was just giving so many stories and testimonies about you. And I'm like, "Who is he?" So she gave me your card. And she said, "The reality of you." I said, "I like that. I want to know the reality of who he is." And she started sharing some things and how you were operating in and out of the school. And I'm like, man, how can a man like that? Because it's hard to be a man alone. And I know so many other men would have been and given up and quit. So do you have a family? What was you about to say?
I was going to just speak on the whole quitting part, because I don't want everybody to think that just I always was right here, even dealing with God and everything. I almost back to that question you had asked when it came to God. I'm just now getting to an understanding of God. Before then, I grew up, I got a church background. My mama, she raised us in the church and everything. But I battled with major depression. I didn't even contemplate it and even have attempted to take my life before I made it to this point. So it's not this, it's been had its ups and downs, and that's why I still say, that's why the reality of you is that you can do it through your mind. It ain't they got the medicines and stuff out here like that for you, but man, if you don't train your mind mentally, nothing will help you.
Why do you like to motivate people?
Man, because I feel like everybody can do exactly what they want to do. You just need some type of inspiration or motivation or guidance. I'm not God, I'm not none of that, but I'm not lying to you. And like everything I'm telling you is something I went through or experienced in some type of way. It's not so. I want to somehow get you to see the realness in what you really can do, and so that's why the reality of you. And then and the reality of you and the acronym is try. If you don't think the reality of you is you can do it, then just try it. Is it like just and like they go hand in hand? Like the reality of you is you can, man. I promise you, you can. It's hard. It's gonna be done. I just told you I battled with major depression and suicide thoughts and all those things. But I made it through all that through the strength of my mind. I'm still self-sufficient with even being partially blind and everything.
You're still here.
Still here.
You're still motivated.
Right.
You're not gonna quit.
No.
You believe in who you are.
Man. I got an 8-year-old daughter I raised by myself. Been raising her since she was 2 years old on top of everything else.
8-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
How does that relationship work? How do you, with you?
That's baby.
That's your baby?
That's baby, man. Our bond is ridiculous. Like, man, I honestly don't have no words for that.
You don't have no words?
Like, seriously, I never would even thought I'd been in that position to even love or feel loved by my child or even love a child the way I love her and the way she has my back.
Wow.
Like, if I was to walk out there now and somebody try to grab my hand, nah, I got him. I got daddy.
She got you.
And that's it. Like, man, I really don't have no words for
man,
that.
but that's amazing.
Yeah, I don't have, like, Kelly crazy.
Is there some things that you want to do that you're not able to do?
Oh, of course. I would love to drive. That's my biggest thing. I would love to drive and be able to go where I want to go when I want to without nobody. That's
Just
my,
get out, just
that's
go.
my big, honestly, that's my biggest thing. Like, that's outside of driving, and it used to be being able to see my daughter grow up. But once we built the type of relationship and bond we have, I don't have to see her for us to have a stronger bond than people who can see their kids.
Again, just like with God. I just keep thinking about it because for one, I cannot think about him with sitting here with a living testimony like this, because you have a bond with your daughter that you cannot physically really see as much or really see at all, right?
Right.
And you have a bond with her like that.
Right.
And you're connected to her like that. And no matter what, she's still by your side to grab your hand even if you reach out.
Yeah.
And that's the same way with God, man. No matter if you can see him or not, he still is there. Even if you reach your hand out to grab him, he's there for you. What are some things that blows your mind through life? What are some things that blows Carlos' mind when he think about it?
What can you explain a little bit more?
What are some things that really inspire you? Let me say it like that. What are some things that really inspire you? That really makes you motivated, that gets you up in the morning? Is it someone that you look up to? Is it something that you listen to? What is it?
My purpose.
Your purpose.
What motivates me. I was trying to think how I want to say it, but my purpose, and this is my purpose. Motivating and inspiring people. I'm not blind by accident.
You're not blind by accident.
God meant for this to happen. And this is I read before God only gives the hardest battles to his strongest soldiers.
He gives the hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. That's right.
And so I feel like all this I've been battling and trying to fight it, but he gave it to me for a reason. And he put me in certain situations in my life to be able to reach people and talk to people and get them to understand me and I understand them, for me to be able to inspire the world. Because it's not just here. This is not my ending point. It's not my stopping point.
Nah,
it's just the beginning.
You ain't
It's just the beginning. Like the world don't need, man. It's God is. That's why I said my purpose was that's okay. That's my new answer for what gets me up. This is what's going on with me recently. That's my new answer for getting me up. Before then, of course, it was my daughter. Yeah, it was my daughter, living for her and trying to take care of her. But now
it's your purpose.
Now I understand all that, and she all this is wrapped inside of my purpose. So now my purpose is my reason. Like even this morning, I was crying and happy and just straight up just overwhelmed and high off of life and what's going on with me. Man, I was crying this morning, like real deal
Tears
crying.
of joy.
Real deal crying, like.
Listen, hold on. We're going to come back from commercial break, and I want you to explain some of that, but we're still going to be live on Facebook. Listen here, we're going to go to a commercial break, and the show we're talking about today is The Reality of You with Carlos Henson and your boy, Coach Rick, the voice behind your passion. We'll be right back. Yeah, man, this is good. I'm loving it. So you got to be inspired. Listen here, this man right here.
You got LaShonda watching Amber. You got like 20-some people, 23 people watching you.
And you probably had more than that because you had 20.
And
You had 27 at one
still
time.
believes that he has been chosen to do
What people
great
saying?
things.
What they say?
They saying that you bringing tears to their eyes. They're proud of you.
That's before us sometimes, and he cannot.
Tell
And
me.
he still believes.
Let me let
what's
TK tell you because I'm about to
It's for him.
All right.
And when we can see something visual,
Let me see.
and we don't believe what's ahead of us is for us, but he
Okay.
can see it. But he can't see it. And he
Renee
still believes
Nelson.
what's ahead of him is
Oh,
still
she
for
just.
him. If this don't
No,
motivate
you
you, if this
appreciate
doesn't
it.
inspire you, if this doesn't
No, hold
equip
on.
you, I know.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to pronounce this
There's
person's
no
name.
excuses.
Janice said, "Go ahead, cousin. Love you. So proud of you."
He has his assistant to get his way up here.
You got so many people coming in and out. Mark, Carl, I'm in tears. Couldn't be more proud. Caleb Turner, there we go. Ashley Davis, I'm at work, about to cry. I'm proud. I'm so proud of you, Carlos.
Boy, they're gonna have me crying here.
Yeah,
Well,
you got 25 people looking at you.
It's amazing,
26.
man. This is amazing.
Brittany
man.
Henson said, "Yes, come on, brother."
This is amazing, man. The stories. Like y'all need to download that JHM Radio app because he's gonna be Carlos gonna be doing some great things. Your boy Coach Rick is here for him. He can call me at any time. You know what I'm saying? I always want the world to hear his testimony and his story because so many people are not even believing in who they are with the opportunities and the gifts that they have. And there's a lot of people who have more visually that they can see. But this is what I look at. This is what I like about Carlos is that he keep reiterating that he can see more in his mind than what some of us can see more with our eyes. And he said earlier that if the left gutter is over here and the right gutter is over there, if I stay in my lane, I'll get the ball down the aisle. Not to just hit one pin, but to hit all pins. And that motivates you, because in life, we shouldn't just aim for one pin. We should aim for them all. Because to me, he was saying every single pin has his name on it. He said it earlier. If it has your name on it, that's what Carlos said. If it has your name on it, then it's yours. And one of the reasons that we fail now is that we go for certain things that don't have our name on it. If it don't have your name on it, then why are we going for it? It ain't yours.
Stop stealing.
Stop stealing.
Stop stealing.
If it doesn't have your name on it, stop stealing. It's not yours. If it have your name on it, you go get it because it's yours, baby.
Oh,
That's when you
man.
gotta have that pit bull behavior.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta calm down next door.
I'm like, you know, I be.
He gone right now, but.
There you go.
See, I get out there. I have to remember too, because I get the gig and everything.
Yeah.
Only 2 more weeks.
Only 2 more weeks.
You can get as loud as you want.
Man, 2 more weeks from here, I'm gonna be the loudest.
Let's say some more to
I can't go open up the door from
Yeah, you got
outside.
28
Yeah, I
people
got
watching
Rick.
you.
Yeah, I got you
What's
right.
that?
Oh, Rick in the building.
Uh,
I got to be hyped.
Talisha
man.
Little.
This man's story is powerful. Carlos Henson, you can follow
There's so
him
many
on
people on
Facebook.
here. It's hard for me to get to, and I don't want
He's
to
doing
do your
a great
thing.
job.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that he gets the word out, do exactly what it is that God has set for him to do. Because it's the thing, and you cannot do something that you want to do. There are people that are gifted in the area that you're not gifted in, that's around you that can assist you. So make sure you remember that if it's something that you're gifted in, something that you can assist someone with, make sure you tag them, make sure you connect with someone. And you listen to them without receiving them. Sometimes you give them, but it is on your shoulder.
I just be able to, I want to be real. I want to get tired.
That's all we want. We don't want nobody else. Listen up, it's your boy Coach Rick coming back, baby, on JHM Radio, the voice behind your passion, hashtag TVBYP, baby. Better known as Pitbull Behavior, don't lose your grip. I'm sitting here with my guy Carlos Henson, and the topic that we have been discussing today is the reality of you. And you have, if you think about that, what is the reality of you? And I always say, who are you? What do people get when they get you? If someone was to describe you, what would they get? Are they excited about you? Do they not like you? Do you discourage them? Are they discouraged by you? Are they encouraged by you? You have to know what type of signals that you are sending out every single day. Because when you step out into the world, you step out into the universe, and you send out signals, and people don't know your words are like magnets. Everything that you say, it attracts to you mentally, physically, and spiritually. So you got to be more aware of who you are, where you're going, and who you are connected to. And right now it is a blessing, because I not only do I know I'm connected to an awesome man of God, but I'm connected to greatness. He may not be able to see what he want to see visually, but he's sharing with the world to know that I can see and feel and walk by faith mentally. And that motivates me, Carlos, because I'm sitting here listening at you, I'm looking at you, and all I can do is just be amazed. And if I'm amazed at man, I gotta be amazed about God, who have placed this man in my life. And I keep going back to the things that you said. He said, if it has your name on it, it's yours. But he also said, if it don't have your name on it, it's not yours, so quit stealing. So just like certain people out there, they tend to think certain things are theirs just because they want it. But just because you want it doesn't mean that you necessarily need it. So I want to jump back into Carlos Henson's life and his mind and his spirit. I want to know all about it. So one of the things that I want to talk about, Carlos, and I like how real you cut through, you real, I like you, man, you're a cool guy. Love you with the love of God, man. You really are motivating. I thank God for my wife. She's in a meeting or something right now. That's my queen. That's my everything. I love her to life. She the one connected with me, connected you to me. So that's a blessing. So Carlos, as a man, There's so many things I can touch on as a man that I want you to touch on. As a man, what are some times that you feel, when we're talking about emotions, some things that bring tears to your eyes, some things that make you cry? You were talking about you woke up this morning full of tears. Explain to us what is that you were crying about.
Just the things God has been doing, things God has, the transition that God is doing with me. I don't know how to make it short, but it just...
Take your time.
The things that I've done or just been involved with or been around before this point. Because everything, this purpose that I found in my life is something I found within the last, like, I say month and a half or two. I've been doing motivational speaking, but I'm saying to understand that this is my purpose and understand what God is doing has been something that I understood, realized within the last month and a half to two. So it's just him showing me that I could have never done this without him. Him showing me that I thought that I could do it, and all along it's been him that's been there for me.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it, and so he making it clear when I'm trying to figure out how I could have been selling drugs, I could have been stealing, I could have been robbing, I could have been doing all these different things that was around me and in my hand that I could be making a lot of money. I could have been playing basketball. I could be making money off of. And I used to get real frustrated, like, not necessarily saying that those things are the things to do outside of basketball, but when you don't have nothing and you want to get something, you get to thinking about the things that you can get fast money off of. Yeah. And the fact that I could do certain things good or wrong, my friends and situations around me would never let me do it. Like some of the hardest people in the street, some of the streetest dudes where I'm from got my back, but not like, nah, Los, that's not you. Don't do that. Nah, we ain't letting you do that. Or nah, Los, some stuff finna go on, we taking you home. All this, I'm thinking it's love from the streets, love from my friends. I'm thinking they got me, but it's me seeing now that it was them, but it was God putting the love in them for me to keep me away from that stuff, to lead me to the path of where I'm going and what I'm doing now, man.
Take your time,
man. And then just understanding that my brother who passed like in 2001, the same year I lost my vision.
So your brother passed the same year you lost your vision?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Man, and this morning.
So you lost your brother and your vision.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with that?
I don't think I dealt with it till this morning.
It hit this morning.
Man, my brother, I looked up, and of course not visually, but I seen my brother smiling. I seen him standing up in the doorway smiling this morning.
Wow.
And it just was like, boy, where you been?
Yeah.
Like, boy, where you come from? Like, dang, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I knew instantly it was him saying, boy, you finally getting there.
Yeah.
I've been here all along. And you finally understanding what you're really supposed to be doing. All the stuff you thought you wanted and you thought you were supposed to be doing, man, what I wanted was not for me. God had something that I needed. And he's showing me that what I need is way more grateful and so much more of a blessing than what I wanted. It's backwards with me. He get everything I ever want in life is gonna come from what I need.
Everything that you want in life is gonna come from what you need.
Yeah.
I share that with people all the time. If you focus more on your needs, you'll get what you want. You lost your vision and your brother in the same year. I know it's so easy for the next thing to lose was your mind. I mean, that's not an easy thing to do as a man, to lose your vision and your brother. I know I spoke with a young man, I had to speak to a bunch of young men, and this young man said he smoked weed, he gets wet, he takes pills, he gets drunk, and he shoots at people because he lost a loved one. You lost your vision and a loved one. And that right there just lets me know, not only do you believe in God, trust in God, but you also believe in yourself. The fact that you came here today and not ashamed about what nobody say about you, you're not ashamed of how no one looks at you, because you know the only eye that you care about that looks at you is God. And I'm so grateful to know that not only you have people that love you that are here with you right now, but it is amazing because I have a daughter, and I have two of them, 1 and 4, and I'm thinking about how your daughter grabs your hand and say, "Daddy, I got you." Your daughter loves you, man. That has to be a blessing to know, no matter what. I mean, what are some thoughts that are going through your mind? Right? I know your mind is racing. You think about yeah, you can talk. Take your time.
No, I was just like you said, it's racing. It's racing.
What do you say to the people that are struggling to become who they have been designed to be? I want you to just share with the world. What is it that you want to say to them? How do you want to motivate them, encourage them, inspire them? What does Carlo Henson want to say to the world that is listening?
Stop being scared. I've been on my Facebook page. I've been speaking on faith lately. I've been speaking on people being scared. Stop playing in that sandbox and come out and play with the big kids. Stop being comfortable with the little kids and having somebody baby you and being stagnant and complacent in that sandbox. And go over there and play hopscotch and jump rope and get your knees scratched up and learn from it. You fall a few times, stop being scared. That's the only way to find what it is. That's the only way to find what you really need out here in life. You cannot find it inside of your box. 9 times out of 10, what you're looking for is outside of your comfort zone.
It's outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah, it's outside of your comfort zone.
Get outside the sandbox.
You gotta get outside the sandbox.
You gotta face your fears, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Talk about fears, how people fear certain things, some things that you may have feared that you've overcome.
I'll tell you me personally, I fear, like, even though I'm headstrong and lift weights and body strong, not sure. Nah, man, I have a fear of not being blind, but not being able to see when it comes to protecting my people in certain situations. Not being able to, I guess that's when it comes down to that man side of us.
Yeah.
Like, my fear is, I know if I could see, I would not care. But the fact that regardless of the situation, I still have technically something somewhat holding me back. Not completely, but it's somewhat holding me back.
I understand.
So let's still keep that at the front of your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I'm in situations like, I don't know how to say. I don't know. I'm just fearful of. How would you say that? Like,
This is what I want to say to you, though. I'm thinking about, because the first thing you said, not blind, but this is what I want to say. What we keep in front of our mind keeps us engaged in life, whether it's good or bad. You know how somebody always say, if it's something that you want in life, you keep that at the front of your mind. You keep that at the front. If you want to be motivated, you keep that at the front of your mind. Whatever encourages you, you keep that at the front of your mind. Whatever scripture that you live by, you keep that at the front of the mind. Whatever book that you read that motivates you in life, you keep that at the front of your mind. And what I want to keep at your front, what I want you to keep at the front of your mind is to know that you said about protecting, right? Men love to protect because we are protectors. And I want you to know, just because you cannot physically see to protect, I want you to know that the words that you speak are protection. And the reason I say that, because life and death is in the power of the tongue. Every day, you feel me? You see where I'm going?
Yeah,
every day you speak, you are giving life to someone's situation. Life and death. So you are protecting and helping someone by the words that come out of your mouth. You can't see God, but you can see the God in someone. You know what I'm saying? His word doesn't just jump out on the table unless you're around someone who articulates what God is trying to say. So therefore, his word doesn't come to life until that person actually verbalizes what it is that he's saying. And literally act out loud and say it and walk by faith with it. So I want you to keep it to the front of your mind that every time Carlos Henson, the world's greatest motivational speaker that most people are not bold enough to do, that is blind in one eye and 20% in the other eye, with assistance, with a cane, is still willing to get up on stage and tell you that the words that are about to come out of Carlos' mouth are about to change your life. Because your words speak protection. They speak faith. Your words speak hope, clarity, sound mind. Your words are an instrument that gives somebody a tune to play to the very beat that they need to have. Carlos, you are one of the most powerful individuals, not on the show, but in the world, man. And so many people would never do what it is that you're doing. And I want to encourage you because I don't even know what I would have done if I was in your situation. And probably would have lost their mind. That's probably why he hasn't had me go through that. Because everybody is not capable of handling certain situations. And that's how strong you are. You got to understand, when people see you, see how good you look, how fit you are, how motivated you are, the encouraging words that you bring, and when they look at you, they're amazed because they're looking like, you're not about to tell me that this man is blind and he's this motivated. It ain't like blind people cannot be motivated. You're not all the way blind, but I'm just so the world can know. But what I'm saying is, when people see you, they are motivated by your image. Come on now. Some people are motivated by music. Some people are motivated by women. Some people are motivated by materialistic things. When I saw you, I was motivated by your image, what you gave off. Think about those things. I want you to keep that at the front of your mind. When you wake up, daggone, I want you to picture Coach Rick saying, hey, motivation and life or protection of my words is at the front of my mind. Carlos, whatever you want to do, man, I'm trying to tell you, hear me out. Whatever you want to do, I guarantee you can do it, and you're going to get the job done. No weapon formed against you shall be able to prosper. Any tongue that try to rise against you shall be condemned. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. You are the CEO of your life. And I know you feel it, because you wouldn't even be here today. How does it feel? How does it feel? What are you thinking about? As I'm speaking to you right now, I know you're thinking something that came to your mind. What are you thinking about? I don't care what it is. What is it that Carlos is? I always want to know what's going on in your spirit and in your mind.
I actually wanted to bring up when I was talking about the protection was a fear, but a bigger fear than that, and it's a good side on it's a good thing on the back part of it. Mm-hmm. Being stuck somewhere, like whether physically or mentally or anything like that, being stuck. I have to figure it out. I have to figure out a way out of this situation. Whenever I get too down on myself, when I find myself getting in depression or anything like that, I have to figure that scares me. It scares me because I feel like that's when I done got weak. That's when I done let myself down. Mm-hmm. When you done let something beat you mentally. Nothing should ever beat you mentally. Yeah. Like you might get beat up physically, but mentally you should never get beat mentally. And on top of that, you should never beat yourself mentally. How you beat yourself up?
That's good. You should never not only allow someone to beat you down mentally, but beat your own self up mentally. Because even before a fight or a war, you lose mentally, you've already lost the war or the fight physically. And I understand it, and to let you know you're not in the boat by yourself. As a husband, as a father, and all these great things, as a motivational speaker, life coach, all the things that I do. A lot of things one thing that I do fear as a man, and I relate to you, is when you're in certain situations, and say financially, because men like buckle. They feel like they're not where they want to be financially. We feel very, very defeated. We feel like chumps. We feel like less than a man. So as a husband, not only as a father, but as a husband, it's hard for me to look at my wife and go through certain things financially, and you ask God, and you say, please, God, don't leave me here. And sometimes as men, we have the fear of being stuck, like you said, right where we are, because it's like, I cannot die like this. There's no way you're going to allow me to die like this. I don't want to. It's one thing to live like this. It's one thing to go through this, but I don't want to die like this. So we have to live mentally. We have to strive mentally. We have to be motivated mentally, so we won't allow life and current circumstances to tear and wear us down physically. That's how people look bad. It ain't that no one beat them, but it ain't that they're on drugs. Some people look bad because they feel bad mentally. Mentally. So what are some things that Carlos Henson does all throughout his day to keep him going mentally? I know one of you said it's in the gym.
Yeah.
I can tell by your biceps. Don't think you're all cool. He got his biceps. He said, yo, Rick, one of the things that keep me cool, man, my biceps, you know what I mean, my tries and my biceps and my delts, you know what I mean? You know, I know where your head and your shoulder. I know your head is on top of your shoulder. It's inside joke. So what keeps you motivated, Carlos, throughout the day? Where you, first of all, before you said, where you from?
Yeah, Little Rock, Arkansas.
I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. That's what they said. Where you from, Carlos? Little Rock, Arkansas.
Little Rock, down south.
So down south, yeah, throw that in there. Down south, you tell you from Little Rock, Arkansas, down south. They don't give you no street name. They don't give you no zip. Little Rock, Arkansas, down south. Come on down there, visit me, Mama, Cuckoo. Popo down there. We be barbecuing this Thursday down there. Me and JoJo, we all getting on down there. Yeah, Little Rock down south, baby. You hear me?
You know.
So what motivates you? What keeps you motivated mentally? Look at your family over cracking up. They're crazy. I'm gonna blame it on them. So what keeps you motivated, Carlos? How do you stay motivated, man?
Man, knowing that I can help. Honestly, first, knowing that I can help the closest people around me, knowing that I'm available to help them and talk to them and turn them up whenever they down.
Whenever they down, turn them
down. Honestly, that's what keep me motivated, knowing that I can help them in some type of way. And even now, getting to where I'm at now, what's motivating me is knowing that I'm getting even closer to being able to do a lot more for them in a lot of different ways other than just my words talking to them. And my presence being there for them is motivating me every day, knowing what I'm about to be able to give back to, first of all, my people, and then second of all, the world. That's what's keeping me motivated, honestly. Every day, that's what's keeping me motivated.
You know, when I talk to people, I like them to think about the things that motivate them, that inspire them. What do you think your daughter's doing right now? See, I like to touch that side that nobody else can touch. Yeah. What do you think your beautiful angel is doing right now?
Probably running them out, first of all.
Running them out?
Running them out.
Being bad somewhere?
Man, good. Now, she ain't so bad, but she will talk.
She talk.
Will talk. They say she get it, honestly, but anyway.
I mean, hey, man, she may be a little mini motivational speaker.
Yeah, yeah, she's smart now. She's smart.
She got that Henson in her. Not that Hennessy, that Henson.
That Henson. Look, we all had a little Hennessy in us, too. Don't act like that. Don't act like you ain't had it. So don't get the frown on your face because he said it's real.
Yeah. So, what is your daughter's name?
Kelly Henson.
Kelly Henson.
Yeah.
Is she gonna get to watch this video?
Oh yeah, she gonna call me and ask me, "Yeah, you did the show? What the video?" Yeah. She loves to see that. She loves to see me. Even when I did my comedy for a year, she asked, "Dad, how was your show? Dad, I want to see your show." Every show she want to see it. She want to see it. Some of it she could, some of it she couldn't. But
she goes see.
She's supportive.
I'm gonna ask you some questions and just tell me whatever comes to your mind. Carlos Henson is a man of what?
God.
Man of God. Carlos Henson loves what?
My family.
Carlos Henson is a motivational speaker because of why?
God put it in me way before I was born, and it's my purpose.
No matter what life circumstances may look like, no matter what comes your way, Carlos Henson still feels like he's going to what?
Win.
Is anybody going to stop you?
Not at all.
Are you afraid of what life is going to throw at you?
Not at all.
You know you're going to do what?
Defeated. I'm going to win everything.
Everything out there that has your what on it?
My name on it.
Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Like your friend just said, give me that joy. So, Carlos, There's so many things I'm thinking about, man. You amazed me, man. It is a blessing to have you over here, Carlos. When the world is feeling defeated, people are quitting. Teenagers are cursing, going crazy, disrespecting their parents. What do you want to say to the world that feel defeated, and what do you want to say to the young people who feel like just quitting? Take your time. You got young people who are just quitting. What do you start with the young people first? What are some things that you want to encourage these young teenage males?
First I want to start and say, every feeling and every emotion you're feeling, you are entitled to. So there's nothing wrong with you being angry, and there's nothing wrong with you wanting to fight and do anything like that. That comes with any type of stress or depression.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, though, you cannot let yourself live like that.
That's right.
You cannot stay like that. You can. I even tell some people sometimes you actually have to live like that for a second. You have to go through that and let yourself be down and feel angry to know what up feels like. You will never truly appreciate good and what happiness is if you never experienced what bad or unhappy is.
So you have to experience bad to appreciate the good.
To appreciate, you have to, because you can't tell. I can't tell somebody that a $3,000 Rolex watch is a wonderful gift if all they done had was $3,000 Rolex. Like, they throw that away like you would throw away a Casio or something.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But you give me a 3,000 Rolex, I'm gonna keep that thing. Kelly gonna have it when I'm dead and gone. It ain't going nowhere. So, and it's just, to me, it's black and white. You have, so I'm not the one that's gonna tell you you're wrong for being mad, you're wrong for fighting that person, you was wrong for doing that. Nah, you wasn't. You shouldn't have done that, but you wasn't wrong for your. You might have been wrong for your actions, but you wasn't wrong for your emotions.
That's good. That's
so
good.
Feel that. Take it in. Feel that.
Feel that. Look how he said it.
For real.
We got less than a minute left on. Actually, we got this is gonna be end of the show, but we'll still be on Facebook for a second. But what I want to say, Carlos Henson, I appreciate you, man, as one of the world's greatest motivational speakers out here, man, who came on today's show. And like I said, I say this just because I want you to hear how good God is. This man is a motivational speaker. He's blind in one eye, 20% in the other eye, walks around with a cane, and he still believes that they're the best in him hasn't came out yet, which means every single day he lives life to the fullest. I want to say, Carlos, we here at JHM Radio appreciate you. Shout out to JHM Radio and to all the listeners that are viewing. It's your boy, Coach Rick, baby, the voice behind your passion. Hashtag TVBYP, better known as Pitbull Behavior, baby. You already know. Don't lose your grip. Be back next time. So to all those who are listening and those who are on Facebook listen, he said, what you say about the emotions? You said you can't run from your emotions. What did you say?
You got to embrace them.
You have to embrace your emotions. And you also said, in order for you to appreciate the good, you have to go through the bad. So all those who are going through bad things in life, all those who are going through something that they call depression, you can't be afraid of what you're going through because it's bad. Because it's for something that is going, one day you are going to call good. And the only way you can appreciate something great in life, of course, is when you've been through something bad in life. And a lot of people, we devalue the moment that we're in, which stops us from going to the moment that we're supposed to be in. So you got to value where you are right now in 2016, so you don't devalue where you're going in 2017. And that's what I like about you, man, that you take time out your day, out your life, out your drive, your motivation, all the things that you do. And you came up here and you addressed to the world and all the people that are listening that in order for you to become the best that you are, don't devalue something that has your name on it. If it has your name on it, it's yours. What I also want them to know and remind them of what you said, if it doesn't have your name on it, it's not yours, leave it alone. Because quit stealing. That's what you say, quit stealing. Quit putting your hand, just like when you go in the store and your parents are there and you touch something, get your hand off. It's not yours. Because they don't want you Listen, when you touch on something that's not yours, and a parent always say, get your hand off of that, ain't yours. They're one of the reasons they say that they don't want you to break something that doesn't belong to you. And in life, as people, we always touching on something that's not ours, male, females, whatever, and we tend to break something or someone's heart that wasn't ours. Your name wasn't even on that, and you broke that person's heart, and you made them feel some type of way, and how you going to go back and fix something that you can't afford to fix? You know what I'm saying? That's what parents do. So that's what I love about who you are, man, what you do, man. What before you leave, you got Facebook over there, you got Facebook over here, man. I see some people that's on right now, and I know for a fact, man, they need some encouraging words, man. What is it you want to say? Like I said before I say it again, this man on here, man, is blind. Carlos Henson is blind in one eye.
Oh, they can see.
Yeah, they can see he's blind in one eye, 20% in the other eye, and walks to the cane, and still announce for his future every single day that I'm a motivational speaker. He said, I would not allow life to defeat me. I don't know about you, but that motivates me. I look at life totally different just by the image of him and who he is. So Carlo on Facebook, let's to your right. Ask him, what do you want to say? Here's your last breath that you had to breathe. Just gonna be. What would you say to God's people? People hurting right now. What would you say?
One last nugget. One thing, God gives to you one of the greatest things, one of the most beautiful things in the world that no man himself can give. There's something in the world that is like one of the most beautiful things. Everybody in their mind, everybody that's living on this earth knows this, that a rainbow is one of the most beautiful things in the world. But how can you get a rainbow? Through tornadoes and thunderstorms and floods.
That's good.
All that. So on the other side of something so crazy that's been life-threatening, it brings rainbow.
So all the things that you look at and run from and go crazy, a rainbow comes out of the
Can't get
storm.
no rainbow without a storm, without some type of rain. Without some type of rain, you can't get the rainbow.
So I like that we go right there. So everybody who was going through something, and you can take it, don't take it in no fitting way to the men who are listening. But their own type of rainbow. Everybody has their own personal rainbow. Through storms, through all with your face. Man, that's it. I appreciate y'all. Man. My dog, man, I had you back anytime you need me, call, man. I'm here for you, man.
I appreciate it.
It's been no time, man. I had you on the way on the show again.